Hi, Mark Yagi here, wealth architect and author of the program, The Cash Flow Machine. And I help 7- and 8-figure investors play offense and defense in their investments. And so what we're going to be talking about right now is going to be selling covered calls using LEAPS. One of the questions I'm often asked in my program is, how can I get a little bit more bang for the buck by using LEAPS? Now, some people call them poor man covered calls. I don't like that at all. I think that's a stupid way to do it. There's a lot more to trading covered calls than just buying a stock and selling an option against it. Most people don't have a program around covered calls. We have a full system called the Cash Flow Machine, and it's got a system of rules around it to let you know, hey, if the market's doing this, you do this. If the market's doing that, you do this. So there's different things that we do with the market. You can't just have a thing where you just buy the stock and sell the call and that's the only advice you get. There's got to be a full system around it because we know that the market is emotional. And when you have emotions go up, intelligence goes down. So we don't want to make stupid emotional decisions, and that's what most traders do, even in covered calls. Now, what can you do with covered calls using LEAPS? Well, you can sell covered calls using LEAPS. It's really cool. The way it works is you're never going to get something for nothing in the market. So you're going to give up a little something. But let me give you an example. So let's say Tesla right now is trading at $1,100. And you can find a long-term equity anticipation security, and LEAP, it just means a longer term option. You find, let's say, an $800 strike price, and it might go out a year. And so let's say, just for rounding the numbers off, for going out that year, you're going to pay $100 time premium. Okay. So you're going to pay $300 for the in the money amount. It's the $800 strike less the amount that the stock is in the money. Okay. So that's $1,100 right now. 1,100 minus 8 is $300. That's the in the money amount. And then on top of that is going to be a little bit of a time premium. That time premium is what you got to pay to be able to play in that game. You can't have something for nothing. And so that's the price. But look what you get. Instead of spending $1,100 on a share of stock, you only have to spend $400 to control that same share. So you can buy almost 3 times the amount. Now, you never get something for nothing. So you're going to give up a little delta, which means it's not going to quite move it 1-for-1 with the stock, but you're going to be able to buy 3 times as much. Now, you've got to have rules around it, and you got to understand there's some accounting irregularities around it. We teach all of that in our Cash Flow Machine program. And you should know that. You're not going to just get in this, buy 3 times the amount on a leveraged product, and everything's perfect. There's a lot more babysitting and rules around it. I want to make sure of that. But you can sell covered calls using LEAPS. It's really cool. So now you've got $400 invested. At the money, you're getting $30. Well, $30 over $400 invested is 7.5%. So you're making 7.5% if you make $30. How often can you do that over and over again? Well, you can do it a lot. So you're making a bit more and you're giving up a little bit of delta, a little bit of slippage, and a little bit of accounting security with it. But selling covered calls using LEAPS is a really, really great strategy. And it teaches you all the different rules, the market timing rules, the stock timing rules, what you do if the stock goes up, down, what you do in the different kinds of markets. It teaches you like everything, mindset, which is 90% of trading, as you probably know. And then it teaches you how to sell covered calls using LEAPS, something that is called synthetic. We talk about synthetics quite a bit in our program, and people love them. If you want some more information, click on one of the links below. We even have a mastermind group, a whole community around it, and make sure that you're going to be applying the knowledge in the way that we teach it. And not a single person has ever faltered in our program. So I'm really proud of that. I'd love to see you in that. But the point here is to teach you that you can sell covered calls using LEAPS. And it's a really fantastic way to use covered calls to create income. That income creates defense. You lower your basis in the stock, your basis in the synthetic position. And by doing that, you increase your return and you lower your risk a bit. Hope that helps. Look forward to seeing you on the inside if we can.